Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. So as you could probably tell by the title, today is going to be my full coverage acne coverage foundation routine. Like I've mentioned previously on my channel, I've been dealing with some crazy breakouts the past couple of months and it's just been not fun. That's why I haven't been doing that many makeup tutorials, and the ones I have done, I've already had my face makeup on in them just because I've been very insecure about my skin. But I figured, you know, I'm not the only person that has to deal with this on a day-to-day basis, so I thought that I would show you guys how I've been covering it and dealing with it, the products I've been using and loving, and all of that good stuff. My skin is getting a little bit better. I know it still looks very splotchy and I still have like acne marks, but for the most part, everything is pretty much flat. I do still have a little bit of texture and everything like that, so it's not gonna be perfect, but it is what it is. This is what we're working with. Very insecure about how my skin looks, but it's time to do a makeup tutorial on this and cover this up and show you guys because I've been wanting to do it. I just haven't been in the mood because I get on camera, I look at myself, I'm like, oh my gosh. But if you guys do suffer from acne, I feel like you can relate with this. Like, dealing with this every single day is not fun. It really does take a toll on your insecurities and everything. I've been always very insecure about my skin because I've dealt with acne for many years now. Not this bad. Mainly it was just like a couple breakouts here and there. But for some reason back in like October, my skin just freaked out, and mostly it was around my chin. So I was like, okay, it's hormonal, and I tried some diet changes, didn't really help. And then it started to clear up around my chin and it moved to like my cheeks. And then just this week, my forehead started breaking out. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I am using a new skincare system that's kind of helping. I think it helps like purge my skin. The inflammation is going down, but now I've just got to deal with the acne scars, acne marks, whatever you want to call them. So now I've got to eventually get rid of those somehow. But I guess that I am going to stop rambling now. I could talk about skin for like hours on end, I swear. But let's go ahead and jump into this video. If you like it, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. And let's go ahead and cover up this craziness. So first things first, I always like to get my hair out of the way, obviously, and then I always like to go in with a primer, and for the most part, I always use just a facial spray, and the one I've been using and really liking is the Urban Decay B6 Vitamin Infused Facial Spray. It's redness reducing, pore minimizing, and it absorbs oil, and it's very lightweight, so I just spritz this all over my face and just let it dry. But that's what I like about the facial spray primers, is it's like the lightest base you can put on your face. So I've been really enjoying facial sprays. I really like the Smashbox primer water as well. And the face spray has dried and set and everything, I like to go in, and I don't do this every single time I do my makeup, but since I do have more like fresh, like these are pretty red on my forehead, I like to go in with a green color corrector. I'm going to be using the Bright Future color corrector. It's from the Sephora collection, and I will just take some on the back of my hand because I don't want to just dot it all over my face and get bacteria and stuff on it. So that's why I put it on the back of my hand, and then I will go in and apply it with a synthetic brush. This is the It Cosmetics, I believe this is the number 12 brush. It's like a little fluffy end there. And I will just take some on that and just brush it on the parts where I want to cover the redness. I like to blend this out with the same brush. I tried using this concealer with a beauty blender and it just sheared it out way too much. It literally just looked like I had nothing on. So that's why I like to use a synthetic brush with this, or you could even dab it out with your fingers. But being acne prone, I try not to touch my face as much as possible because then you can just spread the bacteria and cause more breakouts. I know I look a little crazy right now, but I'm gonna go in with my Marc Jacobs Remarcable Full Coverage Foundation. This honestly is the best full coverage foundation I've ever used, and it just covers everything so nicely. So I do apologize that it is such an expensive foundation, but to me it is just so worth it, especially having my skin act up like it is. So I just again take some on the back of my hand there. That'll probably be enough to cover my whole face because this stuff is very pigmented and it's very like lightweight. You don't need much. So I'm going to be taking this on my Tarte Kabuki foundation brush and just put this all over my face. Next, I like to go in and conceal my dark circles, and I like to use this peach shade from the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit, and I take that on this Bare Minerals concealer brush. And if this is a little too dry for you, you can always drop a beauty oil in it. I have done that before, and that helps it spread out a lot easier. I just mainly focus this on the inner corners of my eyes because that's where I feel like I have the most darkness, and then right here in like the hollows of my eyes, I also want to bring that forward and make that look a lot more bright and just brought forward because I do have pretty deep set eyes, I feel like. I got that from my mama. I like to just go in with a damp beauty blender just to blend out any creases that might have occurred underneath my eyes. And again, this does kind of shear it out a little bit, but we are going to go in with a pretty full coverage concealer, so I'm not too worried about it as long as it counteracts the darkness. To conceal and highlight, I'm going to be taking the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light and draw this under my eyes in a downwards triangle motion and all the other places that I want to highlight. Bring it down the sides of my nose as well, just to make my nose appear a little bit slimmer. Down the bridge of my nose and a little bit onto my forehead. Cover up that pimple that won't go away. And then I put some on my eyelids as well. That just helps cover the veins and act as an eyeshadow primer. And I'm going to take my beauty blender again and just blend that out. Next, I'm going to set my under eyes and the rest of my face. I'm going to be using the Mercier translucent powder. I love this powder so much. It gives your face such a nice, like, soft, focused look to it. It blurs out the pores and texture. I like to apply this with my damp beauty blender as well and just press this under the eyes. Why I like to set my face with the powder before I go in with bronzers and everything, because if my foundation is still kind of wet or anything like that or dewy, then the powder bronzers and stuff will kind of move the foundation around. So putting the powder, like the setting powder, over top of the foundation and then going in, I feel like just gives me more coverage, and it helps keep everything in place when I go and apply my contour and highlight and blush and all that good stuff. Moving on to bronzer, I'm going to be taking this e.l.f. bronzer palette, and I'm going to mix these two shades together. These are the two matte shades in this palette, and these are super affordable and very blendable and pretty pigmented, so I'm just going to dab it in there. Off the excess. And this is the Elizabeth Arden face brush. I've had this for a year and a half now. It's like literally the only brush I use to apply bronzer. I love it. The worst part about having acne like on your cheeks where you put blush and bronzer is it still kind of shows through even though we've put on the other makeup, but like I said, it is what it is. Take some on my forehead as well just to tie everything together and give me a nice sun-kissed look, I guess you could say. I like go ham with this forehead bronzer, I swear. I love it. Also like to take some on the sides of my nose. I don't really contour that often. I just really kind of like bronze it up. But I feel like with this brush it gives me like the two lines. It misses the middle there, which I will go in with highlighter to highlight later. I don't know, I've just been doing this for a couple months now and it's really quick and easy, and it still makes your nose appear a little bit slimmer. For blush, I'm going to be taking Melba by MAC. This is such a beautiful blush. I've talked about this so many times on my channel. And again, with another Elizabeth Arden face brush. I believe this is the blush brush. And just dab some in there. It's about as much as I get off. Tap off the excess because we don't look like a clown here, okay? And then just gently swipe it and pat on the apples of my cheeks. And then I will blend it into my bronzer slash contour. To highlight, I'm going to be taking the Becca Cosmetics Champagne Pop, and I'm taking this on this small Smashbox brush. I'm using this like little small end, and I'm going to highlight the bridge of my nose with this. First, I'm going to take it on like the very tip Just dab it on there. I love like nose highlights. I think they're so freaking pretty. And then take it down the bridge of my nose. And then I will take some on my Cupid's bow. Alright, so that is it for my face routine. I didn't put any highlighter on my cheeks just because I feel like that emphasizes texture and everything. When my skin is more evenly textured and not as crazy broken out, I will put highlighter on my cheeks because I love the way it looks, but not when you have bumps on your skin. It's just gonna emphasize it and not look so great. So that's why I skipped out on my cheeks today. But all in all, this is the finished result. I'm gonna go finish off the rest of my eye makeup and then I will be back to show you guys the end result. So I'll see you in a second. So this is the final complete look. I just did my eyes, my eyebrows, and my lips off of camera, and this is what we're left with. So all in all, I think that this is pretty full coverage. You can still see a little bit through it, but you know what? Like I've said multiple times, it is what it is, and I just found that this routine has really helped cover the acne marks and everything like that. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful or informative, or maybe just a little bit comforting knowing that you're not the only one who suffers with skin issues, whether that be acne or anything like that. You're not alone in this. I know that it's not fun to deal with, but hopefully one day we can all have beautiful, smooth skin that's clear from acne. But if you guys have any comments, suggestions, anything like that, leave it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear back from you. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope that you enjoyed it. And like I said, it took me a lot of courage to film this, but I'm glad that I finally did. So yep, that's about it. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.